improvements in the receiver room. 10th overall pick. With Garrett Wilson out of Ohio. Standing body control really goes here. Everything that you're looking for. Gets the first down right there.
Open man here is Conklin. On the other side of midfield. The Jets had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers last time around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They'll run with Hall. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I'll see you when I'm ready.
3 yards here, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to get this inside.
Hey, we just got to run that ball, man. You put a lot of pressure on that boy.
Now Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Not that pocket.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more management play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On second down, a run with Hall. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
That's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs.
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They go play action with Wilson. Open man downfield is Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Play action. Now Wilson.
Oh, give me that. Thank you.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Jets are going to have
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action. It's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Hey Brian, how's it going, man? So that email I sent over is going to have your provider's search. So basically, that's going to be the search that you'll use to check who's ever in network in the nation. But when you click on that link, it should pop up like a search bar as well as a zip code. You're going to, of course, put the 29730 for your zip code. And then primary care physicians, or PCPs, are considered under family medicine. So if you want to specify your search to family medicine to find a primary, that's what I do. Yeah.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I think Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep
Now do keep in mind with your policy, as far as the hospitalization and surgeries, it's not the best. We were going to revisit that November 1st. So if that was something you were looking into, then I definitely want to hold off on that. But if you're just going there for a regular visit, prescription refills, or anything like that, then you should be good.
So possession still theirs, but now
so as far as hospitalizations and surgeries, so the plan that you're currently on is like the limited benefit option, because the first option that we had, of course, it got declined for it. So we're definitely just using this option as a stopgap until we can get you on something that's going to give you a better stopgap.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
No. Yeah, if you got a heart problem, they're like, oh, we need you to go under the knife, or you have to be in the hospital stay for a minute, then it could be a little bit troublesome. So definitely want to throw for it with Wilson.
He finds his man.
Oh, you're good. You're probably just going to get a medication refill.
Give them credit. They knew what they
yeah, you should be good. But anything more expensive, I just want to let you know that. Just doing my due diligence.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play.
Yeah, man, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Back to the ground with Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
They go play action now. Wilson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Ball on a give up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzama. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Ball again. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
From the 17, Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Wilson gets rid of it quickly, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
One more time with Hall. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Breece Hall on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets continue to pull away here in this first half. Sirlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for a sack. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Fields it right around the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to sustain, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So the face mask moves them closer, and now 1st and goal. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes this 35-0 now. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Second and 8. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. 61 yards rushing for him so far, and a boatload of touchdown runs as well.
If you're going to choose a franchise back from the 2022 class, most figured it would be Breece Hall out of Iowa State, and he was the first guy off the board to the New York Jets. More than looked the part of a bell cow offensive cornerstone at Iowa State, and by testing numbers, one of the best athletes we've seen enter the league at his position.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll go again with Hall. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Running left, it's Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll look to run with Hall. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Do you remember?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. After the interception, here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They'll give to Hall. And he'll go down at the 28. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They run it with Hall off the option. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. C.J. Uzomah. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
A handoff for Hall. And the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's a give to Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Wilson. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Going quickly out to the right side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Then all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hole left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On first down, it's Hall, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Something of a rare incompletion. And remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now we've got a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. As a jet sweep, Wilson with a little pop pass. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Wilson wants to throw it. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Miami, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
Big baby slide.